Hello. Hello. I hope everybody can hear me without issue. Because we are about to get into some things, child. All right. Hey, Beth. What's up, everybody? We're about to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, let me go ahead and pull up my notes, actually, girl, because I need to get that in order. All right. We are going to go ahead and talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Shout out to the early birds, okay? First of all, shout out to the early birds that got a chance to get up, hop in the live with me so that we can have a chit chat regarding Love and Marriage Huntsville. Hope you guys enjoyed the live, okay? We had about, 600 plus people, and I was like, girl, I didn't even know that many of y'all was up. Girl, I thought y'all probably was still in the bed or something like that, but y'all had woke up for me. So I appreciate that. Okay. Y'all woke up and we got into some things, but really, y'all got into some things because y'all messy. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was for real. Okay. The mess woke the people up. What's going on, Dawn? What's up, honey? Hey, Lenny. Hey, Angie. What's up, DeMarcus? Hey, Bernita. Hey, Sanithia. Hey, Mr. Lily Girl. What's up? Just being Jamie, period. Because that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We just be ourselves. Period. All right. Oh, you on your lunch break? Okay. Awesome. 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 What's up? Argue with your mama? Okay. I'm officially off for the summer. Oh, shout out to you. You're a teacher, right? You're a teacher. So shout out to you, girl. I know you ain't gonna know what to do with yourself, or you might. You just might know what you finna do with yourself this summer. Okay. All right. You ain't gotta deal with nobody else's kids. All right. What's going on, Lady 6916, Flower Bloom? What's up, everybody? Hey, Busy Blue. What's up? Hey, Boss Kian, honey. What's going on, Nicole? True West. Okay, y'all, we're about to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. So let's not waste no time. Go ahead and like up the video. If you have yet to do so, go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. Okay, so the show opens up with Marlo building a home. Shout out to Marlo because she's about to lead a townhouse. I don't know if she owns the townhouse and what she's going to do with it, but she is elevating and she's building a home with the girls. And I feel like that's a little bit ironic. Everybody, as soon as they get on the show, they be trying to build a house, don't it? Well, I guess. Congratulations, girl, and good luck. All right. What's going on, Kiana, honey? What you said? Mim says, I wonder if Marlo has a chairlift for her boo in the new house. Good night. Good night. Okay. Good night, girl. I do still wonder though, Marlo, how do you make your money? Like, don't get offended. The people just want to know. Okay. Because archive really just came into play last year. So what was you doing prior to that? Okay. Now, anyway, so her current closet, when they were going through like the landscaping of how the house was going to be, they showed us the current closet. That mother too small, to be honest. With all that stuff, she got it as organized as she can get it though. So I'm like, yeah, if that was my closet, I'm gonna want to expand that because you just got too much SHI. All right. Kenya and Sheree arrived. So shout out to them. Of course, Miss Kenya pulled up with her little contractor hat on because she knows how to build the homes. Okay. Obviously, that's her lane. At least she seemed to be very knowledgeable, especially when she went into Todd's space and she was like, oh, I would do this and I would do that. And I'm like, Kenya, why don't you venture out into something like that? Like, why don't you go into real estate a little bit, you know? Maybe be a consultant of some fashion if you don't want to actually, get your license. I don't know if you have to get a license just to even be a consultant, like in advising people on what you think they should do with their property and stuff. Not sure how that works, but okay. What else? So the ladies are confused about her moving so far out. Now, when they said she was moving far out, so she a Buckhead girl, I said, well, girl, where is she going? Is she going to Sandy Springs? Because that's right above Buckhead, or is she scooting on over there to Smyrna? Because that's around the corner from Buckhead. So where are you going? How far are you going? Because she said she was 15 minutes from the city. So I'm like, well, where is that? It's giving Sandy Springs, but I don't know. All right. And girl, the way them prices going over there for them houses over there in Sandy Springs, girl, y'all might well go and group that together and just say that's Buckhead too, because y'all got me up. Okay. And you know what else y'all got? Roswell Road. Get that together because it's a little too compact. All right. And I don't know who the hell did it, because first of all, Georgia construction is trash. Period. Okay, so whoever be building homes, building roads, y'all motherfuckers just lazy. Because I don't know who told y'all that the lanes should be this long when niggas cars be about this wide. Like, I mean, I don't understand. Like, the roads is like very narrow. I feel away, girl. That's a whole nother rant. Because y'all full of shit. And y'all need to do something about Roswell Road while y'all still over there building houses and building all this extra, building up retail and stuff. Expand the roads. That's what y'all can do. But anyway, let me keep going because I had just a little rant, just a little bit right there. But so the ladies are confused about her moving so far out. Marlo brings up her money. And I'm just like, how do we get on this conversation with you moving so far out? They just said you seem like a buckhead girl. And she's like, yeah, I got the money, but y'all always talking about my money. And it's like, you do know that you brought your money up into this conversation like you do every other time. Nobody would care about your money if you would scoot back just a little bit, but you keep bringing it up and talking about it so much and speaking on your fashions and how you dress better than this person and all this other stuff or whatever. So people are going to question now, since you talk about your money so much, you know what? I ain't thinking, that's exactly how I go. I ain't think about that. Where do she get her money from? Oh, she do be having the flyest fashions. Who is sponsoring her? Like, girl, people want to know now. So you bring this attention to yourself and then you get mad when people question it. I don't necessarily think that's fair, Miss Girl. Okay. Exactly. 1000% trash all the way. Decatur. I didn't think about Decatur. You're right. It could be Decatur. Now, when she had said up, Buckhead, I was just thinking about what's the closest areas to Buckhead. That's probably like 15 minutes away. But I don't think Decatur, it's closer to the city. It's closer to the city, though. Man, you're not lying. Roswell Road, the SHI is annoying. I stay in Sandy Spring. Ooh, I feel for you. Okay. I mean, at least you can get, to some places, the mall and stuff like that. Like, at least you can get over to the perimeter and stuff. But girl, it makes you want to take the long road. Like, let me just go around, honey. What I do love is that Roswell Road will literally take you from Sandy Springs straight into Atlanta. Like, I love that. Girl, and it'll take you all the way to Marietta. But I hate it. I hate it. I'm sorry for the people that don't live in Atlanta and know what we're talking about. I'm sorry, girl. But they need to get that together. Why do I believe this? I believe that. Sounds like Houston. I believe that. Y'all finna have a problem in a minute. Every time I look up, I see somebody moving to Texas. I say, oh, girl, go to Texas, baby. Don't we fool. Don't come over here. Yes, please go to Texas. Y'all finna be having the same issue in just a minute. Every time I look up, I'm relocating to Texas. Please go. Please go. We have enough going on over here, girl. Anyway, so they changed the subject, right? So they get off the subject because Marlo ended up telling Kenya that she was full of BS because she's talking about the money. And Kenya's like, girl, listen, at the end of the day, think the home is going to be beautiful, all of that stuff. Marlo's like, girl, let's talk about something else. They talk about New York, okay? So Kenya was asked about whether or not she was going to go see Mark or something. And she's like, no, I don't think she's going to invite him out or anything. But I guess she's going to allow Brooklyn to go and see her dad. Cool. That makes sense. Okay. Sheree's still waiting. She would love for Tyrone to meet the ladies. He wants to meet the ladies. Y'all know he just got out of jail. So right now he's on probation. He's restricted to a certain area, but it seems like New York is actually one of his areas. So they're just waiting on the PO to let him know, like, hey, you can go up there. So I don't know. It seems based on how they got things set up next episode, it look like he ain't going to get the clearance. So he's going to be stuck. Right. So then Kenya asked Sheree how she feels about Drew coming to New York. Because y'all know Drew and Sheree got into it last week. What I like at the end of this episode was how the ladies did call out Drew. Because I was over here calling out Drew last week. And as I watched the therapy session that we'll get to, I'm like, Drew, you be foolish, girl. You do, and I like Drew, even though she be having her moments on the show. I still really like Drew. But girl, you be foolish. But let's keep going. Okay. So Sheree thinks that that Drew wanted drama. So Kenya's like, I don't know why she would want more drama here. Her and her husband going through their stuff. That's enough drama. She don't need to be trying to, take on nothing else. So Marlo says that, well, she good at deflecting, girl. Good at deflecting, good at over talking, and somewhat good at lying. Girl, I'm starting to see why you and Ralph are matched up. I see why y'all about compatible. Let's keep going. Let me see what y'all are saying. I like Drew too, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that whole thing with Drew and Sheree was a mess. I just didn't like that she said she did not know if what her assistant was saying was true, but then she continued to talk to this woman about her business that she heard from a third party as though it was fact. I was like, Drew, you got to stop that now. You got to stop that. Buckhead is beautiful, but criminals come over to visit, don't it? And steal and kill just to destroy, make it safe. Do you hear what I say? And because of that, I said, I do not care to go to Mother in Lenox at all. At all. Okay. They done up the security over there at Lenox Mall and somebody still got robbed. I said, baby, and I used to work right across the street from Lenox. So it was nothing for me to like just go over there for lunch, lunch break. And it used to be hella packed. But now I don't want to go that way. And I barely want to go to damn Cumberland. I honestly would prefer to take that drive over to Perimeter. I'm like, let me just go in here, know what I'm getting. Let me get in, girl, and let me get the hell out. Okay. And honestly, if I could just order it, just let me order it. Let me order it, girl, because y'all cutting up in these streets. Anthony asked Kandi on Twitter to explain why her restaurants are failing. What? I know he didn't. I know he did not come at that lady face like that. Not the one he was so excited to see. Yes, Miss Kandi Burris, Miss this and Miss that. Like, what? And you gonna ask this lady why her like that's shade. That was shady. And I would have responded if I was Kandi. Let me know how many restaurants you own. Let's start there. Okay, let me know how many you own first. And then we can have a conversation because I would just want to make sure that you can relate to what I'm about to tell you first. Oh, that was messy. Ooh, that was messy. Okay, I'm about tired of Drew creating mess for no reason. I need her and Marlo Martel. What? What husband to exit stage left? Not everybody. Sheree talking about Marlo house being dirt, but Chateau Thelma took 50 years to build. And she probably still got a lien or two. That's messy as well. She definitely referred to that lady house as dirt. I'm excited to see how long it's going to take Marlo to get her home built. I don't think it's going to take long at all. If she comes back next season, I feel like that house is either going to be complete or halfway there. Halfway there. I do believe that. Okay. I think Marlo definitely moves a little quick. I'll be shocked if it's taking a long time though, but we're going to see, girl. Let's keep going. So they speak on New York. Kandi and Todd. Let's talk about Kandi and Todd. So of course they're talking about the trip to New York. She's inviting the husbands, okay, because the play is about men. So why not invite the men to be a part of this as well? So this is technically like not just the girls' first trip. It really is like the first couple's trip. Okay. Now she says that it's whack about. So he talked about the crib because he wants to swing by. He wants to check out the crib. He wants to kind of. This is weird to me. He wants the crib to, no, it's not. No, it's not weird. He wants the crib to be like their spot that they go to when they in New York. Kandi doesn't want that primarily because of his ex. I feel like that is 1000% unfair considering the fact that you had different men in the house that you're at now. And I just don't think that's fair. Now, granted, it may have always been your spot, which makes it hit different because I don't think AJ owned nothing. I don't know that man. I don't know what he had, rest his soul, but I think that was always Kandi stuff. Whereas with this condo, Ty got that with the other girl. So they shared this property. They got it together. So maybe that makes her feel away. But at the end of the day, Kandi, like you had other NIGGAs living at your spot. Like, girl, calm down. All right. So Todd is frustrated with Kandi not being considerate. I think she can be like that at times. I think that she can. I think she can. She asked, so when she ended up asking him for the key to the spot, he ended up kind of changing the subject though, which was a bit weird because he tried to change it and flip it on her and how she acts and how she is. So maybe he took her asking for the key as like sarcasm or something like that. Maybe she was being sarcastic and that's why he started to talk about how she is or whatnot. So the moral of the story is that she don't want to be there. It used to be a spot that he had with his ex-girl. He wants it to be their spot. She not featuring it. What did I say? I think he should stop focusing on, I think he should stop focusing on making it a their spot and just Airbnb it. And maybe that's something he is going to do. And when they're in town, he's just going to block out those days, I suppose. But Kandi is like, baby, I'd rather just stay at a hotel, F it up, and then go home. Like, that's it. But I think she might, once he get that spot renovated, I think Kandi might come around. I think she might come around because it's going to look like a whole new spot. And it's not going to be the same. I mean, I don't know. It shouldn't be that big of a deal to me. Me too. I'm on Todd's side with this. I'm on Todd saying, no, Jamie, Kandi and Todd brought that. But what house? The house that she's in now? I thought that was always Candy's house. I thought Kandi was living in that house before she met Todd. Because Todd said he ain't even got no key to that house or his name ain't on that house. But the house, the condo that's in New Jersey or New York, wherever it's at, that's not a house he has with Kandi. He already said that on the last episode. That was a house. That's a condo that he got with the ex-girlfriend. And he had to buy her out of that condo so that he could fully own it. Kandi lived in another house up in Fayetteville before buying the South Fulton house. Gotcha. So did she buy this house with Todd? Because I thought that house existed before she even got with Todd. Because didn't he say last week that the house wasn't in his name? Didn't he say my name ain't on his house or something like that? AJ wasn't alive when Kandi purchased that home. Thank you, Lily. I think that's what Kiana was saying. Her old home, men have been there. Gotcha. So did she buy this house while she was with Todd, but his name isn't on it? Because I just feel like just because we ain't see them on the show, honey, doesn't mean that they weren't there. Yeah, I think Kandi tripping about the condo, or they just playing it up for a storyline. But I'm trying to figure out why they been married for all these years and his name not on the house yet. Good question. That's a good question. I don't know. It is interesting to see that they've been married for all these years and now this condo is coming up as though it's an issue now. Like, girl, this man had this house for a minute. It's an issue now? Now it's an issue. When you think about it, let me speak for myself. When I think about it like that, it does seem like y'all just brought something to the forefront so it can seem like y'all got issues when y'all really don't. She had a house back in season 4. They bought the new house in season 5. Thank you for that, Malik. Kandi was already there, so she was already at that house. I don't know. Either way, Todd confirmed that the house ain't in his name. So maybe she bought it when she was with Todd, but his name wasn't on it. The house they live in now is only in Kandi's name, and he said the prenup said he has to get out in 10 days if they separate. Oh, wow. Wow. I think she owned the house while they were still dating. That makes sense. Because then she ended up getting some other part built out, like the outhouse, or not the outhouse, but it's like she got like an extension to that home. It's like a whole nother home back there. So that makes sense. Okay. Either way, I just feel like she shouldn't be tripping off the condo because they've been together this long. It is what it is, okay? And I do feel like she probably had some men there, but I don't know, girl. Let me be quiet. Because y'all said she got it when she was dating Todd, so maybe ain't no other men to been there. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Aaron? Right. Like, this is a non-issue that they're making into a storyline. 1000%. Shout out to Aaron. What's going on, honey? Yes. Now, Jamie, you know Mama Joyce would not allow Todd's name on no house. And you are correct, girl. Let's move on. You're right. She wasn't gonna allow it. And if she could take his name off the condo, she'll do that too. Let me just scoot over. Okay. So Drew and Ralph, let's talk about that. So she says they run their company like a corporation. I said, Drew, I'm not trying to hear nothing you talking about, dear. Because if you was running it like a corporation, you wouldn't have got on this screen lying to us saying that you lost 25 pounds. Talking about down with the pounds or down with Drew or whatever it was. You would have ran that like it was a corporation. And even though corporations lie, they do. They at least clean it up and make it look pretty, girl. And you didn't give us that. So let's keep going. So her husband works in tech, or at least works for tech companies. So she says, like, when somebody does something wrong, they put them on probation, which is what she chose to do with Anthony. Okay. They also decided to have therapy. After they had that dinner, Ralph and they had their issues in so many words. And Ralph decided he was going to take his stuff and go and sleep in the baby's room. And I know that baby felt the way like, why is your big grown ass in my room occupying that bed? Do you know? Sometimes I probably want to lay on the bottom bunk. And in the middle of the night when I wake up, I want to crawl up to the top bunk so I can get some air because it's hot in here. Like, I mean, you just don't know. Like, why is your grown ass in this baby room? Oh, y'all house that big, then y'all just buy the house. You should have enough space that you could go to your office. Since you stay in there so much, you should have a pull-out couch in there occupying that baby room like that. That baby don't want you in there. I guess, child. Anyway, So they sitting over there talking to the therapist, and I'm not gonna lie, I captured some notes, but more than anything, y'all, I was irritated with that damn sit down with the therapist because they both was over talking to each other. Nobody would let nobody talk. And I said, this is why y'all will forever have issues, because nobody wants to hear each other. And everybody thinks that they're right. And Drew, I feel like you always play a role of, this happened to me. Somebody did this to me. I didn't do anything, but this is what they did. And that just was irritating me. Like, you don't be a problem yourself, okay? What else happened? Drew didn't like that he was trying to pretend at the dinner that they were in complete bliss, which I understood. Knowing that they're not in complete bliss, right? I understood that. I get it, because we know how Ralph can be. Ralph really gave her that dinner the same way Maurice gave Kimmy that trip over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? To not talk about certain stuff. Let's act like we moving forward. And that's what a lot of men do, and that's not always what women want. We want you to address the SHI that we're talking to you about right now. Like, address that. All of these trips and dinners, girl, that's cute and that's gonna come. But what's in my mind right now gonna always be in my mind if you don't clean it up, okay? Get it together. What else happened? They talk about bringing up Dr. Ken's name. Dr. Ken said, listen, at the end of the day, it don't matter what I said, because I'm not married to neither one of you mofos, okay? So the next time y'all have a disagreement, y'all can leave my name out there, because I ain't got nothing to do with it, okay? It's more about what y'all say to each other and how y'all handle each other. And that's y'all problem right now. Y'all don't know how to talk to each other. Y'all damn sure don't know how to listen. But you're not going to put this on me. And after a while, at first he was sitting there very calm, but you could tell that he was getting slightly frustrated with them, but he continued, to handle it the best way that he could. Like, y'all are some irritating up. Y'all ain't listening to nobody. And I was kind of confused as to why he didn't get full control over them to begin with, instead of them just start talking to him. They sound like two little children running to their mama and their dad. Such and such hit me, such and such did not, she had went and got, and I was like, what the fuck? Sir, you're not going to get control over this. You wasn't going to say I can only hear one at a time. Drew, go ahead and speak. I said, I don't know what this was going on, honey. But anyway, he thought he came up with a solution. And the solution is, for 30 days, pretty much do what your partner say. All right. Do what your partner say. Act out of love. Let's not get into no arguments or anything. Anybody that goes outside of that range, if you step out of whatever the conditions are, then you will have to do what the other person says, okay, for 24 hours. And I said, well, I guess we're going to be seeing that, because neither one of them know how to do that. Okay. They're going to always create an issue. It's going to be one or the other, right? So, anywho, the people are packing. Everybody's getting ready to pack up. And it's so cute to see baby Brooklyn, y'all, because we saw her when she was just like a baby. And now she over here walking and talking about folding up clothes and stuff. And I said, oh my gosh, she's so cute. She's too cute. I can't wait to see when they start showing baby Blaze more and seeing her get up and walk around and talk and everything. All right. Because we don't really get to see Ace as much. And I kind of feel a way about that, because Ace is such a cutie pie. So yeah, Kandi, if you want, you can bring them kids, okay? That's the least you can do. Like, bring the kids on the screen. I want to see them. It was kind of gross how he said Drew would have to be his sex slave. He was not coming across as a good therapist. I'm so glad you said that too, Malik, because that's another thing that I thought. And I saw, y'all know how they had the woman therapist, right? At one point, who seemed like she was ready to chin check Ralph at any moment. Now we got this male therapist. So was this the same male therapist that was over there on Potomac that sat down with, I think, Giselle and Candace and whoever else over there on Potomac? Either way, he was giving Team Ralph. I didn't like that. It was like when he heard both of their arguments, when they came to him, like his kids, he immediately went to Drew, like Drew was the problem. And I'm like, they both is the damn problem. Like, what's happening here? And then like, oh, if you messed up, Drew, just assuming automatically she's gonna be the one to mess up. You're gonna have to probably, I don't know, sex for 5 times a day. Like, what the hell? What? I didn't like it. I was like, girl, where the hell did y'all find this man? Where did he come from? I didn't like this, Dr. Ken. You didn't do a good job with this. No, baby. It's good. This chat is moving, girl. Wait a minute. Child, now why do I think Anthony, probably the assistant, that probably encouraged Drew to bring those rumors about Toya and the pastor last season? Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. Who knows, child? He made his way all the way over to the basketball wives. Ain't no telling. Dr. Ken made me so mad with that. And for Drew, it was about Ralph helping with the kids. We discussed it last night, and he comes across as a mini Kevin Samuels. Terrible. I'm glad Kenya was over there at the table eating his ass up, though. It was a bit sexist for that therapist to say what he did to Drew, and was very team Ralph, and made it seem as if Drew was the cause of the issues, right? Now, she's problematic, but she ain't do it on her own. I didn't like that. It's like, not you being a therapist and you try to gaslight this woman too. What is this about, Dr. Ken? You might have to come to the front, because people don't like that. What else? Patrick and Safari. Y'all know Patrick happens to be the nephew of Kandi. The young woman happens to be his fiance. So they brought their arses up to people's houses naked in the chilling weather to serve them some bedroom candy. Now, I must say, I thought he was cute. I thought it was better than what it was Marlo had coming out there with a damn laptop. Okay, and it didn't even look like a recent laptop. It looked very much early 2000s, and they popped it open, pressed play. Terrible. Okay, so you wasted that woman good heels. All right, so they came up there to serve people with their items, their gifts and everything, right? Well, Kenya was bothered right out the gate. Kenya was a bother, like, girl, what the hell is this? Where do y'all think y'all going? Like, what if people's kids were at the door? I do understand Kenya's frustration with that, right? Because you just never know. If somebody got their kid in their hand, and we've seen plenty of times, like when Marlo came to sent somebody to Candy's door. Kandi had Blaze on her hip when she opened the door. So imagine somebody got their kid on their hip, and then they see this half-naked lady and man coming to their door. It's like, girl, what the hell is this? Right? So I definitely understood Kenya's frustration. I think that maybe Kandi could have maybe just sent them a heads up, like, hey, y'all, it's going to be a surprise coming y'all way. Just make sure ain't no kids around when it happens. Maybe she could have said something like that, right? But I understood where Kenya was coming from or whatnot. What else? Oh, yeah. So everybody's getting ready to get on the bus. Okay, girl, all these songs be coming to my head. Better pack them bags and get on the bus. I ain't got no time for talking all that fuss. Okay, who that was? Destiny's Child. So they pack their bags, they get on the bus, child. But it looked like it might be a little bit of fussing that's going to happen at some time. So Kenya hops on the bus and she says that I didn't know this was like a couple's trip. I thought this was a girl's trip. Now, Miss Kenya, you were standing right there when they said that you could bring a date. So was you thinking that they was just talking about bringing a date to the play or what? Because who else would these ladies' dates be? Primarily their husbands. So if that's the case, then it was going to be a couple's trip, right? Right. I mean, who the ones that ain't got no man for real? Like Sheree man is wherever he at. Okay, your man wherever he at. Marlo, we don't know where that man at. And I think that's it. I think it's only like 3 of y'all without somebody on the show. So, I mean, go figure. What did you already knew? Marlo wasn't finna bring nobody around for y'all to question them. She'll only discuss them or talk about them or dry talk about them, but she ain't finna bring them around for y'all to dig in their business and put her stuff out there. Like, she's not gonna do that. And then you already know Sheree's situation with Tyrone being on lockdown or whatever the case may be. And you know you ain't featuring Mark like that. So stop, girl, cut it out. Because here's the other thing. I don't think Kenya would have brought a date if she could, because I don't think she would want to give Mark any other reason to probably use against her in court or whatever the case may be. So I feel like she didn't want to give him no more ammunition. So I don't necessarily see her bringing a date unless it probably was her like dance partner or something with Dancing with the Stars or Brandon, the assistant. She wasn't finna bring nobody. So girl, don't be trying to make this a big deal when it ain't got to be no big deal, Miss Kenya. What else happened? Give me a second. Yeah, I don't know why the invitations had to be given again, but naked the second time. I didn't get it. Ooh, not Marlo got an African king. The gift was pure promotion for bedroom Kandi, and that's one thing Kandi gonna do is promote her brand. Okay, she a hater, just want to complain. And Marlo and Sheree was solo. There's that. She knew that. She didn't want to create an issue. Kenya tried it acting like she didn't know the husbands were invited. Right. And they just sat up there and had a whole huddle. Miss Kenya, you can't get that one past, Miss Ma'am. You can't get that one passed. Okay. It wasn't an invitation. The bedroom candy was a thank you gift for coming. Okay. So then what was in their bags when they got on the bus? Kenya is lonely. Once she sees Tyrone isn't coming, she'll feel better. Oh, she's lonely. Once she sees Tyrone ain't coming, she's gonna feel better. Kenya full of SHI with the fake I didn't know, but production got her ass with the receipts. Poor Kenya. All right. So what else we got? Candy brings up the surprise. Like, how did you guys like the surprise? Did everybody like it? Did everybody like it? Kenya still mad, says that she don't got time to be walking around New York with vibrant panties. And I was tickled when she said that, because I was really imagining them walking around New York and somebody probably buzzing on a cootie twat. So I'm saying to myself, is that why Kenya said in the previews to Candy, I don't want to walk around or something like that. I don't want to do something. No, she said, don't have your husband busting my all night. That's what she said. And everybody was like, what? What is this? So I think that's what that was. Walking around and people, I don't like that. Now that I think about that, girl, I don't know. I may change my mind, but how I feel in this moment is let my man buzz on me. So it makes me wonder, did they take the buzzers and they put them in a bucket, shook it up, and just passed out random ones to all of the husbands? And then how does that work when it's more women than it is husbands? Candy, what kind of freaking you got going on? Girl, that is comical. And I know Ralph was over there enjoying buzzing somebody else's. Girl, Candy, this is messy. That is very, 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 very messy. Child, let's keep going. Because I just cannot, Candy. That was that's fucked up. Okay, so we get to the it looks like they got a chance to sit down. Everybody's sitting down, they chilling, talking. Candy asks them where's the most craziest place they've ever smashed. Marlo comes out the gate lying, talking about some damn giraffe. She smashed where the giraffes were. They licked her on her face. I was thinking immediately that was all cap, right? But because Marlo don't really tell us SHI anyway, I said, ain't no telling. She probably was over there with them giraffes, child. She could have been. Then I'll get in the confessional talking about everybody thinks such and such about me. So I just tried to come up with the craziest story. And then now I'm like, maybe she did do it, but she's trying to make it seem like it was a crazy story. I don't know. I mean, it could be. I don't know. We don't know a whole lot about you, Miss Marlo, for real. We really don't. So ain't no telling. What else happened? Sheree talking about she smashed in the pool where everybody was and they was watching. I believe that. I believe they did smash in the pool. If it was a lot of people, I think she did. I think that now who is the question, but she definitely, I believe Sheree. Drew and Ralph. Ralph goes on to talk about where they did it at. Did anybody catch Drew like this? Like, what is he going to say? What is he going to say? Like, have we done it anywhere crazy? So he brings up this story about them hunching in the ocean with whales. I said, this mother, you lying. You lying. Baby, them whales probably would have chewed y'all up out there. Girl, ain't nobody. I don't believe him. I don't believe Ralph. I don't believe. Okay. And then she over there talking about, we did it with the whales, honey. We did it with the whales. And I'm like, no, well, you're lying. That's what it's giving. I don't believe y'all. Y'all need more people because I don't trust you. You're lying. Okay. So then Kenya, girl, we know you motherfucking lied. Girl, she done came up with a whole damn movie. She done came up with a whole sci-fi, a whole late night sci-fi. Okay, come on, Emmanuel. I ain't got time. Some of y'all don't know nothing about this show from back in the day. What was it? HBO or Showtime, late night. Anyway, girl, it wasn't a sci-fi, but I was getting it in. Anyway, actually, that was very poor PRN, actually. When you reflect back on it, what the hell was that? Let's keep going. So Kenya's talking about how she was over there hunching over there with some coyotes. This man I was dating, we went where coyotes were and he popped a coyote. First of all, when you see one coyote, ma'am, it's going to be quite a few more. You ain't finna see just one coyote by itself. Okay? You just not finna, unless he's in a strange land, you're not going to see one coyote. Girl, go away from me with this. Where is Phaedra? Okay? Yeah, so he ran off, and so we started to track the blood, and it went into this cave. So we went in there with it, and we thought that it was dead, so we started to hunt. We know you lying, Kenya. America knows you're lying, girl. Okay? Kandi said that story was full of shit. I agree thoroughly with Kandi, ma'am. You didn't even like that half-naked people came to your home. Okay? So I know you ain't no freak like that. So you're not going to convince me that you went into a cave or wherever the hell it was that you went, seeing blood, and finna sit up here and hunch on a man and think ain't no other coyotes finna be on y'all ass. Girl, you would be dead. You would not have lived to tell that story, Suzanne. So why did you come to America with your lies? And where was the rifle? Where was the weapon when this happened? Girl. Why y'all let these people sit up here and lie like this? Girl, can you know, girl, you would be ate the hell up. Do you talking about something damn? We had followed this damn coyote into this little cave thing. It was bleeding. Like, and first of all, why was y'all out there hunting coyotes? What was y'all finna do with them? Stick them on the wall? Like, what was the purpose of hunting them? Kenya, you know you bougie, right? High key, you may not want to admit it, but Kenya, you are hella bougie. Ain't no way no man finna take you to a strange land and think that you finna hump over there. Like, the most adventurous you've been, in all honesty, was when you married Mark on the short term, and then you decided to go overseas or wherever you went to get married on the beach. That was the most adventurous you've been, and you already see how that played out. So I don't think you'll be going on any adventures in strange lands or anything like that anytime soon. But yeah, I said, girl, what the fuck is this kind of story? Y'all are cutting up. Let's move on. Let's go ahead and move on, because she was I can't. Girl, I cannot. Y'all know I like Kenya, but girl, that right there was not gonna fly with me. I said, girl, not you. And then she laughing. And see, that's the thing about Kenya. Kenya is funny. And because she be giving straight faces and lying sometimes, makes me feel like now, as I look at that, and I felt this way last week, just from seeing that, the way you just finessed this story, knowing you lying, girl, I feel like you wrote that message about Kandi sucking DICK in a locker room. But also because of what happened last season as well, okay? With the whole telling information to a blogger or whatnot. So, yeah. Okay, Miss Kenya, let's keep going. So Sanya Ross, we see where Sanya and Ross, she's talking to her husband about Drew, because now she's getting to a place where she's starting to question Drew, because it's like, girl, you taking information from a third party person, your assistant, that's over here dogging one of your friends. So if you would sit down and entertain the conversations that he has to say about your friend, what does that say about you? And I'm like, well, that's a good observation, girl. Nobody is exempt. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is exempt. When people talk about, whoever they talk about, girl, you can never think that they're not going to talk about you. So you just got to be mindful of the things that you do share, girl, because I know telling who mouth or ears it's going to land on. But anyway, I don't blame Miss Sanya for giving Drew the side eye. What else ended up happening? Let's fast forward, okay? Drew over there talking to Ralph. All right. She talking about, see, this conversation made me feel away. Drew tells Ralph that Sheree was being evil. I said, how was Sheree being evil when you brought this up and you started it? This is the victim that I'm talking about. It's, she did this to me, never what you did to her. And then wanted to sit at the table at the end like, huh? Who, me? No. Yes, very much so. So Drew always thinks somebody is doing something to her. You don't see what you do to others unless you're trying to befriend them, i.e. Miss Kenya. Now you want to see the errors of your ways, and you want to be, because you need a friend. That's what that is, okay? Yeah. So let's move on. Let's go ahead and move on. But wasn't Sheree doing the same thing? Sheree told her friend what the assistant said about Ralph being gay. But I just felt like that hit different to me because Sheree was talking to a friend that she didn't think was going to be around the ladies or cool enough with the ladies to take her information and run it to somebody else. Drew, who has this woman's number, could have called her and told her, you know what I'm saying? She could have told her what was being said instead of telling it to people that she know are close with Sheree and was close with Sheree before she even knew him. You know, I do see what you're saying, but I just feel like that was more so, Drew's fault. Um, it's weird to me that Drew is the second person Sanya called after that accident, to Drew dropping everything to come get her to now having an issue. That's weird. That is weird. That was something that I was wondering in the beginning when I said, well, she came and picked you up when you needed her. How did y'all get to this particular place? And it seems like Sanya doesn't want to be associated or affiliated with somebody that's going to act like that. But then at the same time, it's like, Sanya, you ain't got no choice because you're on this show and it's bound to happen either way. Let's see about Sanya. What she said about Drew is true, but at this point, she is looking for a problem. Okay, you ain't clicking with the girl like that to pick a side. Okay, you mean she ain't clicking with the girls like that for her to just pick a side? Good point. Good point. I think she probably felt the way about Drew since, because Sanya is very serious about working out, athletic, all of that stuff. And I think she started to notice that from the beginning. And now you could be right. Maybe she is searching for a reason to have an issue with her. Primarily because she just thinking like, I don't know if I trust her. 1 minute she's saying she's trying to do this, but then she really doing that. And then here it is, this Sheree situation. Like, okay, like I don't know. I got my eye on her. Like, I don't know. I got to watch out for this girl. She likes to, fluctuate stories. But then you know what else it makes me think? If somebody else on the cast could have gotten to Sanya and told her about Drew as a person. Maybe somebody could have got to her and told her, a little something about Miss Drew girl, giving her a heads up. I'd have an issue with Drew too if I were Sanya, because if you can do it to her, you can do it to me. It speaks to character, and that means you ain't SHI. I feel like Sanya is also looking for beef with Drew because she showed you what kind of friend she was to you. Okay, Sheree don't have nothing to do with you. Okay, good point. It ain't about picking a side. It's about Drew not being trustworthy in life and in business. Okay. Drew does the most, and Sanya ain't feeling her off the rip. Okay. Cool. Let's get to Todd's condo. So Kandi started this issue with Todd 5 minutes after getting on the bus. And I said, can we get our asses warmed on the seat, Kandi, before you go in? Talking about the condo, speaking about, see how far it is or whatever. When I come in town, I want to be in the city and this and that is happening and all this other stuff. So she already immediately starts to discredit the house. Okay. I don't know why Kandi did it as soon as she got in the car. Got on the bus. I don't know why she did that. I didn't understand that. Maybe something was edited. But anyway, so she says he acts like a college kid when he goes out and he hangs out. And then that was messy as hell to play this playback of Miss Portia when she told her that she needs to be mindful of what Todd is telling the ladies when he go out. I don't know what that man do when he go out. I don't know what that man do when he go out. I don't know what that man do. Some part of me feel like, I don't know. I ain't gonna say because, well, what I'm thinking is because Kandi is so into the bedroom candies, the stairs, all this other stuff. Maybe she get her man passes when they go out. Maybe not. I don't know. So Todd says he always does things with her family, or for her family, whatever. So whenever he does things, it's with her family. I agree with that. I don't know if Todd has family. I thought he was the only child. I don't see what Todd got going on. Even on Kandi and the Gang, it's always what Kandi got. So he wants her to come into his world. I agree. At some point, I think she should go into his world, see what he got going on. I think that Kandi is extremely self-centered. And I maybe not purposely, but naturally being that way because she has always been the one that has the most going on and it's continuing to happen. The difference is now they have more children in the fold. And a lot of the slack may fall back on him, whereas she's out here pursuing and doing whatever it is that she wants to do. right? So he probably feel like he still has to bend and adjust to her needs and the things that she wants. Okay, Kandi doesn't agree. And I just felt like she wasn't really hearing Todd. I just felt like she wasn't listening to him, not really hearing. Everybody on the bus seemed like they understood where Todd was coming from, but Kandi wasn't trying to hear that. Everybody else feel like Kandi is spoiled as hell. I'm sure. Yeah, I think she probably is, child. But then she goes on to make a statement that I actually didn't really like. She said something like, everything I'm doing is benefiting us. And it's like, well, that's the problem. You're not understanding where this is coming from, what he's saying. And I'm like, imagine if Ralph said that shit to Drew. We'll be all on Ralph. Like, well, everything you doing is benefiting y'all, but how and we'll be having so much to say. So I'm kind of like, yeah, everything you're doing is benefiting y'all, and that's cute or whatever, but I don't think that's what he's complaining about, right? I don't think that's the part that he's complaining about. He just feels like, in my opinion, that he adjusts himself to you and what you got going on all the time, but doesn't really see that in return. Okay, so there's that. Now they do get to the condo. Give me 1 second. Let me see what the boo is saying. Kandi exaggerating. Jersey isn't far. It's just inconvenient. It's why when people visit New York, they stay in New York. And when you visit Jersey, you stay in Jersey. These are rich people problems, people. Okay? That's what it is. Just like he said, he moved to Atlanta and New Jersey. He moved to Atlanta and New Jersey is his home where his friends and family are. Kandi is spoiled. Okay. I do not understand that she should let him lead, at least in New York. Remember, he lost his mom as well. Gotcha. Kandi has always been jealous. I never felt like Portia was lying about him being Marvin. Oh, wow. Well, there is things I would do and say to other people that I want to do. What did I want to do to a friend? What? Kandi is truly Mama Joyce's daughter. She is just less irritating than her mother, but they are still the same person. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this Todd's condo. So Kandi, like I said, she started an issue or whatnot immediately. They get into the when they were on the bus. Fast forwarding, they get into the condo, check it out, see all these different spots that could be adjusted. Personal opinion, I think that the condo has a ton of potential. All right. Kenya started giving him a lot of feedback on things that he could change. My opinion. Okay, Kiana, if you in the chat, let me know your thoughts. My opinion is everything Kenya said, yes. I think they sound great. All of the changes, closing up a wall, putting a fireplace here, doing this, doing that, taking out the staircase, putting an elevator here, Awesome. However, I feel like he can make those upgrades if he's looking to sell and really get a lot of money off of it. My opinion would be do some light renovations. Okay. Yeah, maybe you could do a different type of wood or something, dress up the stairwell. I don't think he should close off that part and put a fireplace there. Put a different set of doors and make that shit an office. Like, I mean, in some ways he can finesse that home as is and not spend $100,000 like she said. Maybe he could spend 50. I don't know, and use that as a property that he either rents out or a property that he Airbnbs. But with all of the changes that Kenya wants them to make, I'm like, girl, I wouldn't do none of this unless I'm trying to sell this home. Okay, if I'm trying to sell it and that's something Todd doesn't want to do, I mean, I wouldn't. Okay, now if I know I want to get a good price and based on the market, then let me make these extra upgrades and do this and do that and put a elevator in. Is an elevator really needed? Put an elevator in, change this flooring, everything be hardwood, make the walls white, do this, do that. Like, okay, y'all cool. But I just felt like, girl, you asking for too much, Miss Kenya. But also, she probably gave her thoughts thinking that he wanted to sell the home and didn't really know exactly what his plans are for the home. But those are my thoughts. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and fast forward to this dinner. Okay, so Kandi, we learned, doesn't always wear her ring. She doesn't always have it on. Who else doesn't wear I feel like Todd don't always wear his ring either. He doesn't. He had it on at that time, but I don't think he always wears his ring. I think it's a mutual understanding between the two. Drew, we know for a fact don't wear her ring, okay? And Ralph, he don't wear his like that either, okay? So neither one of them be wearing their rings. I was on Drew's live one time and I kept asking, like, girl, where is your ring? Where is your scooter? Where is the ring, Miss Drew? And she was like, she just kind of like not really answered the question and said, pray for us. Just pray. I'm like, girl, bye. Still ain't got that ring on. Okay, well, at least we know you're married. America knows you're married. So there's that. All right. Now, Drew goes on, because I think they asked her, like, why she not wearing the ring and all this stuff. She speaks on the fact that she's still upset about the assistant. Okay. She says that Ralph, she says she can't believe that they even had to go through something like that. And Ralph is like, well, at what point does a woman get over it? Like, when is she going to get over it? And Kenya said time and reassurance, okay, and change of mother action. That's when she gonna get over it, okay? So he says things look crazy if you don't understand the context behind it. And I said, Ralph, and that's the problem, sweetheart. She doesn't and can't understand the context behind things because you do not explain them thoroughly. You like to do what Marlo does and roller skate, roller blade, okay, and finesse your way out of the questions, okay? You do not answer them directly, okay? You give straight humbug. All right. So that's why she's never going to have the context and you guys are going to forever have an issue and you never change your behavior. So we're going to continue to be here. Okay. So there's that. Kenya ended up checking the hell out of him, letting him know he reminds her of Mark. He's triggering her. The way that he's talking and treating Drew is very much so a problem. Okay. Kenya calls him an a-hole. She also says that he's very disrespectful and she tells him that to his face. Okay. And Drew is high key loving it because she feel like Kenya's saying everything that I really want to say to this mother. But I'm going to let her keep talking. Okay. So Marlo said, well, wait a minute. I hear you, girl. I hear you. But Drew, I'm not going to sit up here at this table and make you think that you don't be on some bullshit, girl, because you do. And Kenya was like, well, girl, you right. Okay. Now, when you right, you right. I'm not going to sit up here and interrupt you. When you right, girl, you is right. And she do be on some bullshit. Okay. And I'm sure all of us can attest to that. Right. And here go, Drew. Me? How? Okay. And Miss Kenya was like, girl, does anybody want to speak on it? Because there have been recent events. Okay. First of all, you did it with me. Okay. And then you just sat up here and did it with Sheree. So that's what we got the whole conversation with Sheree. Okay. Drew tried to deflect and talking about how Sheree had came for her. She came for my husband. She came for this or that. Sheree like, girl, I ain't got to come for a mother thing. Girl, you sent for me. All right. But since you want to talk about it, then let me go ahead and clear it up. Because Drew was like, when you come for me, then I'm going to finish it. Sheree was like, well, I don't think you finished, baby. I don't think you finished. But let me go ahead and put this out here so you know. So she shows her a text message where Ralph was in a picture with somebody's husband. I don't know who. And he's telling her that he got tea on Ralph or something like that. Like, I got tea on Ralph or tea on the other guy or something like that if you need it or whatever the case was. Now, I have two things. One, I'm glad Sheree showed her that so she know that this is what this boy is actually saying. It ain't some SHI that I made up. But Sheree, why was he so comfortable to have these conversations with you? So now, Sonia, when you're sitting up here and you're saying what you're saying about Drew, as I'm thinking about it, and you're feeling like, well, I don't know, because you'll sit up there and engage in a conversation with a man that's talking about your friend. Well, I guess to Abu's point, here it is, Miss Sheree doing the same damn thing because it looked like it was a text thread that was going on. So what is happening here? Y'all, what's going on over there? Okay, so then Miss Sanya, you should be looking at Sheree sideways as well because it looked like she was having a whole conversation with this boy about this woman husband too. Girl, y'all is messy, I guess. All right. Meanwhile, Todd over there gulping on his beard, and I was hollering because that was the funniest part. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. Let me go ahead and sip my drink, honey. I'm gonna let y'all handle that. Let's see. Ooh, you messy. He didn't work for Sheree, but they texting. Well, she said he didn't work for a long periodical time. He didn't work for her a long periodical time. She ended up like dropping him. You know, she would only call him when he need her. And I don't know. Maybe he did. Why does Mark feel like he is entitled to half of Kenya's home? I don't know. It's giving scammer vibes just a little bit. Mark knew what he was doing when he got with Miss Kenya. When he learned about who she was and everything. Like, I don't know what that man was doing. Wasn't even in the picture during that time. He wasn't. He wasn't, but it happened like that. I hope he don't get none of that lady stuff. Let's see. Julie really thinks she said something at Brooklyn's party and at the table. Yeah, she really didn't. What else? Also true, Sanya needs to keep it funky all the way through if that's the bar Sanya has to set for her friends, right? I don't like when women have energy for someone else man they didn't have for their own piece of SHI man. Ooh, well, it seemed like all of the ladies had that energy too for him because even Kandi called him out. Neither Sheree nor Drew should be speaking on each other's men because they both got issues. Okay. The Sheree and Drew issue is Kandi's fault. Kandi running her mouth to everyone escalated the situation. Yikes. Yikes, Kandi. Sheree was gathering all the bones for this upcoming season. I guess so. I guess she was. And then they said the other guy in the picture was Dennis. Was that Dennis? I know Dennis did take to social media to post a picture of him and Ralph, and he said something like, "Me and Ralph, or my homeboy Ralph, will be cleared." He said, "Real Housewives of Atlanta can be a trip or something like that." And he said, "My boy Ralph will be cleared," whatever that means. Okay, whatever that means. Yes, Todd wanted to disappear in that scene, did he? Kandi did play a role in this. Drew only told Kandi, and then Kandi told other people. She did. And Sheree tried to have a bone to pick with Kandi, but it really didn't go anywhere. For real, for real. Airbnbs are highly regulated in New York, New Jersey, so that may be an option, especially if the condo association doesn't allow it. Got you. So everything that Kenya was saying about, the different renovations that he can do within the home would be best if he sells it, because if not, he may not even be able to Airbnb it. But I guess he can make those changes if he just wants to have a nice spot that he comes to, I suppose. But I'm just not going to make all them upgrades until I'm going to sell that mother. Okay. Kenya gave us a story out of those cheesy sex romantic novels, the beginning, middle, and end. Her ass even gave a plot line. Hilarious. It was giving Indiana Jones vibes. Do you hear what I say? That condo could be an Airbnb bringing in more money. Kandi loves the checks. The IDK, what she tripping on, right? As Kiana said, if they allow them to have an Airbnb, that would be good. If not, I mean, he wants to keep it, so might as well, I guess, jazz it up so it's a spot for them to go to, or for him to bring his homeboys back to, which I don't know. Kandi, in my opinion, is controlling Todd. You make it easy for people to attack your husband and come off as he is using her by not seeing how having something of his own is necessary. I think that's very true, Shantia, especially for Marlo to get into the confessional and pretty much say just that, like, yeah, he using Kandi's money. I'm like, ooh, child. I was thinking to myself, that's not going to go over very well. I don't think Todd is going to appreciate that. I think at this point, he's being very exhausted with that. I honestly feel like OLG wouldn't have came about if it wasn't for Todd. Honestly, I don't think he really gets enough credit for that. I think Kandi helped out, but I think Todd wanted to go into this arena of doing that. So yikes. Okay. If Todd was cheating, he's not stupid. He's definitely a businessman. So NDAs will be signed. If he is, I'm sure he'll do NDAs in general, but in some part of cheating, like, I don't know. Is he? Would he? I don't know. I feel like that. I don't know. Kandi may be open to a conversation and may give him a few passes. Y'all remember how Toya, just because they're friends, I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, just because Toya, Lil Wayne baby mama, Reginae mama are friends doesn't mean that it's the same. But y'all remember Toya had gave Memphis when she was married to him like a pass or something like that. She had gave him like a hall pass or something. That man was hella big, girl. He didn't deserve no passes. No passes, okay? He did not need to collect $200 or anything. He should have went straight to jail. All right, that's what that, because he was just out of control. I understand what I'm saying, but I wonder, when I think of the hall passes or whatever it is, I wonder if Kandi may give a few to Todd. Maybe not. Phaedra made up the Marvin rumor. Portia already made it clear that Phaedra told her that. That's the thing for me. And that could be very well true, but it was, when it came to Portia and the stuff that came out of Portia's actual mouth, it always reverted back to Phaedra said, Phaedra told me. Well, Phaedra, and I hear that, but at the end of the day, when somebody tell you something, you don't have to repeat it. You chose to do that. That's why I never understood why she didn't receive the same type of, you know what I'm saying, discipline as Miss Phaedra. Okay. Kandi is so centered as well as you meant to say self-centered, maybe, as well as selfish, or so centered as well as selfish. It's all about her, and she's having a difficult time, and seeing that she's not alone in this marriage is a partnership. Yeah. There is things I would do, and I think I read that one where I was like completely confused at that statement. What Kiana said. Okay, I read that one. Excuse me. Todd said on Speak On It how he didn't agree with the women attacking Ralph, because if Ralph was to say anything about their relationships, it would come across as an aggressive orgy. Interesting. He could be right. He could be right. I mean, things hit different when, it's on the other side. Okay, Portia played the victim and was allowed to stay and cried. Okay, talking about Memphis, it triggers me with the way Rashida treated K. Michelle. Okay, do you hear what I say? And I don't think K. Michelle received an apology from either of them to this day, and went on to do like I think she had a lawsuit against him or something like that, and won. Yikes. So the girls aren't talking. Yeah, so Portia should not have outed Phaedra. Portia should not have outed Phaedra, but it was Bravo who decided to air it. That's why Kandi is getting so much from Bravo. They didn't want Kandi to sue them. Oh, okay. Kandi really needs to do something, because it's gonna have all of the haters saying he's using Kandi. In real life, she needs to learn the word compromising fast, or he will run. I don't know if Todd will actually run. I don't know. I mean, everybody gets fed up at some point, right? But I don't know. I feel like Todd gonna hang in there. They got them 2 beautiful babies. I think he's gonna continue to try and get her to see where he's coming from. And I think she will. I don't know when, because it don't look like she's slowing down no time soon. So hopefully they can get that together and work that out or whatnot. But I thank you all so much for joining, because your girl about to go ahead and hop off this thing. Okay, thank you all for joining. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do so. Go ahead and like the video for me as well, honey. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at jamithatsme, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.